that Obama was, and not that Kamala wasn't like an iconic moment for people to step into,
Right.
but Obama was the first one of those, right? The first sort of like, oh my God, and it broke the news cycle. It
Yeah.
just broke. So I wonder how a candidate will have to be to when the media landscape is so controlled and so much of it all in the bag for one party over the other, where instead of being impartial. For instance, Ron Filipowski, I believe, I can't say his name quite right, but he posted this question: is how much media attention was centered around a false allegation that Joe Biden took $5 million from Burisma versus how much media attention has been given to uh, this sort of endless graft and right in our face graft of the incoming first family. And you sort of like the weighing that even is just like, here we have a false allegation of just like 5 million. And over here we have billions and billions and billions in our face being taken with their name on it, like hawking, the whole thing. We don't
Bibles and
know. We
shoes
don't
and
know who's
crypto and
investing in the crypto.
hotels
You
and
can't trace it. Talk about foreign money influence and ownership. $25 billion is a hell of an own. And even the stuff before that. So
it
the
also
imbalance of it, I don't know what do you have to do? Who do you have to be so that the all in the bag, and now it's all owned by these tech bros, all of our media, and they're all there kissing the ring.
I think that
How do we
Democrats got to be bold again. Like Democrats have to be bold, and Democrats have to stand on business. They have to
Yeah.
stand on it. I think the issue about Biden and even with that administration is that they will make these big, huge, you know, virtue signaling, a lot of virtue signaling.
Yeah.
Where they will make these big, huge. They'll make these nice, gestures, but they never will follow up on it. They will never lean into it, and they would never read the moment enough to say, "Here's these 3 or 4 big, bold things we're going to do." Right? Like I just remember a lot of times Biden kept talking about insulin going down to $40 and capping this, and it was like, okay, that's great. But where are the big bold things? Like we will never forget President Obama because of marriage equality happened during his presidency, but Obamacare. Where's the Obamacare? Where's the Obamacare? Where's the thing that everybody hated, but everybody actually loved and still used? Where is the big Obamacare? The thing that we will forever remember, right? Every president, if you want to be a candidate that has something to bring to the table, something bold, even if it may not work all the way, but I think they just need to swing harder. Because Trump he's trash,
Like,
but he proposes things that are big and swinging, right? And you know it. You don't like it, but you remember it. I just feel like we didn't get that. Like student debt could have been the thing. Like Biden tried. And I will say that he had momentum and the Supreme Court kind of stopped some of that. But that could have been his big swing. And when that didn't happen, he didn't pivot to something else. I mean,
I think reforming the Supreme Court is what Greg and I wanted to be the big thing. Let's reform the fucking court.
Or go after the obvious corrupt people on the court and make that a campaign issue.
Or yes, but again, that's another thing that I want to critique Democrats on doing more. But you also got to do something that's going to rain on the people, like something that is not so insular that is driven by what could be argued driven by divisive politics, but something that will actually benefit people that they can feel. So like the Trump checks were not really the Trump checks, but it was something that he was able to leverage because people felt it. Obamacare, people felt that, right? They just did not have the big, flashy, shiny thing that I feel like student debt could have been that thing. I think a couple of other
even
things.
Taking Obamacare to like free healthcare.
That's right.
Medicare for all would have done it.
We could afford it some other way. Yeah. Something around hunger, right? We could have done something to give everybody free lunch. Every public school get free lunch. But something that could have just been massively effective. And I think some Americans, I think what I've recognized is that they will remember a sigh of relief on one major thing. If you took something off of their checklist forever or made something permanently, You know, like I'm still remembering, like I remember like when I graduated from Penn in 2014, I was like 22. The fact that I was able to stay on my parents' health insurance till 26 before I finally landed like a job that gave me the benefits. I finally got into a good position. Those 4 years of my life, graduating was like trying to navigate what I was doing, freelancing. I still remember how that made a difference.
Took the stress off.
Yes. Like that's the kind of structural impact. We all remember that. Like my generation, all of my friends from college, we still remember what that 4 years out of college was like, to know, oh snap, I can still adult a little differently. Like that is the kind of thing that I feel like we didn't really feel with Biden. And I feel like we need a big Democratic move that will make people feel it, where no matter how many times you're going to remind, like Obama can go up on stage. I'm going to always remember that. I'm like, he did all this other great stuff, right? Marriage equality has impacted my life clearly as a married gay man. But that alone, no one can say in this country, whether you're black, you're white, you're disabled, you're going to remember that.